Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Join me to congratulate David and his team for this outstanding achievement. We congratulate you most sincerely. Thank you. David, I want to ask, beyond what we've seen on the screen, do you have other stories behind, the documentary, looking at the inspiration, looking at what, you've seen in the past? Do we have something like this, that has been done in the past, which you copy, or the inspiration comes from within? Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very big question. I mean, I don't know this. For me, it wasn't copied. All right. As a child, my father would always talk about the different African countries that he has been to, where he has lived, and that sort of creates some interest. I would want to visit these countries too. So when I had the opportunity to start traveling to these African countries, I began to see weakness. I began to see that, we are strong, but in an actual sense, we are weak because of poverty. So I was already interested in, how do we move past this phase? How do we move past? So that's been something that's been pondering in my mind. So when I even make other projects, it's always advocacy. Or this, like when the teacher training colleges in Nigeria was scrapped, I made a documentary to that effect. And I think that teacher training colleges should be back because they are trained. That the school train children from the age of 13 to becoming teachers. So you can imagine children at the age of 13 learning methodology of teaching, rather than wait for them to get to higher institution before they choose. Sometimes people who even choose to be teachers, it's not because they want to be teachers, because that's only what they can get. That's the only available admission. So I made an advocacy film in that regard. So when I heard about the African Continental Free Trade Area, I was excited. I did a lot of research, and I realized that this is a dream come true for me. Like, I now have an opportunity to say, oh, I now have an opportunity to be part of people who can implement this thing, and people around Africa can benefit. So that when I go to Congo, I'll be happy because I'll see development in Congo. When I go to Tanzania, that kind of thing. So that, for me, that was where the inspiration came in from, the interest. And again, there's a spiritual tune to it, right? Because I made a lot of consultations. I'm a Christian, so and I had a push to do it. That this is timely. David Acquire, do it. So that's how we began the journey. So it's both an interest of wanting to be part of what will make Africa great, interest of seeing that Africa become great, and then having some sort of communion with myself and what I believe to take the next step. So that's basically where the inspiration or the behind the story for why I choose to do such an ambitious project with a no budget, because we don't have an official sponsor. All the sponsors. You're looking at me.
So specifically, what do you want to achieve with The Rise?
Yes, The Rise, a journey to Africans' financial independence. What I want to achieve is a journey to Africans' financial independence. I want to be able to go to Gabon and see that people in Gabon are living well. I want my children to grow up and seek dual citizenship in Tanzania. I want them to seek dual citizenship in Togo. So why would they have interest to be citizens in these countries? It's because of the rapid development. So for me, The Rise, it's not supposed to be, it would be the journey to Africans' financial independence under the African single market, because I see a lot of enormous opportunity when this agreement is properly implemented. So my children, I'm even sure your children will be happy to move across different countries without restrictions, and it will generally just bring us together as a people. Are we able to learn the different cultures? So that's for us. That's the message for the rest, to be able to see that this agreement is implemented to the lowest level. I mean, people who do not have a voice, SMEs. That's why this conversation is going to be between policy. I'm not going to be here. It's going to be policymakers and SMEs digging it deep to see how we can all hold hands together and build the Africa that we want.
I disagree with you that you've achieved this with zero budget.
Okay.
Though that is a common language of a Nigerian politician. Yeah, but I want to disagree with you. This is not a 10,000 naira project. I want to believe that, in fact, this is not a 1 million naira project.
Of course not.
So
I would.
Where is the finance?
So there's somebody I wanted to say. I'll respond
coming
to
from?
Yes. So you see that young man at the end. I intentionally wanted him to be here. So we were in Warri under, we call it the Udu Bridge. And I was there and I told him that, this documentary that we're doing will move to the entire Africa. So I went to LinkedIn. I'm a mini celebrity on LinkedIn. So I made a post about my interest for the continent. And then myself, one of my friends that I met on LinkedIn, that's now the CEO of David Aquara Films, what's her name? JC. They sent me, I think one sent me $100, the other sent me $200, and I had the other one to compensate. So when I was even going, one of the panelists that is there, Joyce, I think sent me about $150 or so. That's how we bought our first ticket. So we even didn't know how we were going to come back to Nigeria. Because I wanted to go to Ghana because I have done Cameroon and Nigeria. I want to go to Ghana where the headquarters for the EFCFTA is. So we went there on a one-way ticket. I still have pictures. After I bought the ticket, I was excited. I took a picture, and I showed it on LinkedIn that we have gotten the ticket. We are going to Ghana. So for me, it's even a faith journey. That's why I say I cannot put the monies together. Some people would even. My brother there, who is one of our technical lead for Nigeria, he gave me some money. The guy who was here, who introduced you, gave us his car for free. In this journey. So it's a combination of people who are interested in the continent and see that the continent would move forward. Even this event, there are people who also say, David Aquara, you're doing this. I'm going to send you $200 to support you. So we can't say that, we have a certain budget. We started this project without knowing how we would get the money. But I'm glad that we could make something like this without, no budget.
Thank you, David. By my understanding, this documentary speaks, more clearly to the grassroots SMEs in Nigeria and across Africa. But how do you intend to get this disseminated to them?
Okay, so we have a strategy for next year. First, we wanted to show that we are competent to tell this story. So I was speaking with my mentor, TJ Dan. I was telling him that we have to turn these things in different languages. We have to have Pidgin English version. We have to have this, what we call Tree in Ghana. Most Ghanaians speak that language. So we are going to break this thing down to the grassroots level. And it's in three phases. We'll be having, that's what we call the offline audience, people who do not have access to the internet. We're doing community screening in different villages across Africa. One. And then we're looking at young people who are leaving school. Young people who are even in university. They need to know about the enormous opportunities that the EFCFT has for the continent. So we'll do school tour in university, sharing about the EFCFT. And then lastly, we would see how we can collaborate to get this film on Netflix so that we have people who can access Netflix, people who can access in secondary schools, and then people who do not have an opportunity to be in such places like we are, in the villages. We'll give them in their local language, and they would watch the film and see that their dream is valid, and they can reach Africa because of what they have seen based on the documentary, the story that we're telling about the African single market.
Okay. Finally, tell us how fulfilled you are about this.
I'm extremely proud of myself. I'm extremely proud of my boss, TJ Dan. So I would say something before I even try to round up this. I came to Abuja in 2016, and it was tough. I didn't have direction for my life. I was popular on social media, but you know when you know that you're just popular and just. So I met TJ Dan, and then eventually, TJ Dan introduced me to what documentary is, and now I'm in Abuja. That's why I'm happy. I'm in Abuja, the same city where I didn't have focus.
Please, can we recognize Mr. TJ Dan? Please stand up for recognition.
I'm not in that same space, and I'm having very beautiful people seated watching the film that we created. And it's more importantly to also mention that, it's not where you are, because this film started in Warri, Delta State. And now look at where it is, and beautiful people are here, watching this film, and we're hoping that, because I said it earlier in one of my interviews, that the rise is a conversation starter. It is not the end. The rise is supposed to just start the conversation, and then we'll see people at the policy level and SMEs benefit. So we're not doing a film show, we are doing implementation show.
Thank you. I think.
So, Baba, I would like one of my guys to talk.
Okay, please tell us.
No, I want him first, because he had his child. Oh. I mean, when we're shooting The Rise, there was one baby that was here earlier.
Oh, we already have The Rise baby. Oh.
Yeah. So, and when we round up shooting, we had the child. It was a double joy for us to see that,
Okay, my name is Benjamin Bitrus Gomanai. Like he already said, he came into Abuja in the year 2016. Myself and TJ Dan, in a way, practically saw him through life in Abuja. But because I'm a filmmaker too, he is also. We have over time worked and built ourselves and improved. And always I'm proud of David coming from where he was in 2016. I'm also proud of myself. Let me say that. So I want to join faith with you to say that I disagreed even when he said we made this without a budget, because of course blood and sweat went into it. Yeah, blood and sweat went into this. So what you see, the 15-minute, 10-minute clip or documentary film that you have watched is something that took us a number of sleepless nights and days. So I'm grateful to have been a part of this. It's a beautiful work, and I'm proud that we did this. So like he said, on the day he called it a wrap on the filming of The Rise documentary was when my daughter arrived. So that's why we had her here with us. So thank you so much. Thank you, beautiful people, for coming.
Thank you. And for you?
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I wouldn't want to say much, but I would just cut to the chase. And when David Akara told me about this project, he just called me out, Jonathan. Sorry, my name is Jonathan Odogo. I'm a filmmaker too, an event as well. So he called me and, where are you, bro? Like, he's having a documentary to do in one of the after office. Like, the first thing was like, have fun, how much I go pay you? I'm like, no, bro. He told me about the vision. I was like, anything related. And he knows me very well. We've come a long way from Warri. I'm from Warri as well. We've come a long way. We started shooting together from a very, very long time. So when he told me about the project, I told him, David, you know me very well. Money is not everything. But when we talk about growth, I am there. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, team. One of the lessons I have just learned is, and come to agree with some of my friends who say that everybody from Warri is a hustler. So, and there are also, pay in most cases. Congratulations, David. Congratulations, the team. So I wish you guys the very best. And I think we come to a close.